Hi guys, welcome back to What's on My Plate. So for tonight I'm making a deep dish Chicago style pizza. It's going to be delicious, you're going to love it. So let's get started. So to get started with my sauce, we're going to need a small onion and we're going to grate this onion. So that's the first step. So just, you can use the big side of the grater. So I'm just going to finish grating this and then we'll get to the next step. Okay, so now my onion is grated and we're going to turn the stove on and I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of olive oil. So we're going to simmer this so we can burn out the water from the onion. Okay, so that's just going to be about 3-4 minutes. We're going to do it on high heat, and while that's going on, I'm going to go ahead and salt the onions. I'm putting about a half a teaspoon of salt in here, and that's the only salt that I'm putting in this. And then I'm just going to add about a 1/4 teaspoon of pepper. Okay, and then we're going to put a teaspoon of oregano. So let me get the oregano. Okay, so let this start heating up, 3-4 minutes. And then we're going to start adding our garlic and our sauce and about a teaspoon of sugar. And then this is going to go ahead and simmer when it's all put together for about 15-20 minutes. Okay, so let this go for a few minutes and we'll get to the next step. Okay, so I have a can. It's a 28-ounce can of San Marzano tomatoes. Okay, they're the whole tomatoes and that's fine. I'm going to add a teaspoon of, I'm going to add a teaspoon of sugar, which I added a lot of sugar. We don't need all of it, but it's fine. So a teaspoon of sugar. And then this is going to go ahead and simmer, and as it's simmering, we're going to go ahead and break down the tomato. And I use my potato masher to do that, but it has to start heating up. So as it heats up, it's easier to do it. So you're just going to mash it like this with the potato masher. Okay? And then I'm going to also add in, I have this should be about 3 cloves of garlic. I shredded 2 because they were huge. So do 3 cloves of garlic, add that in, mix it up. Okay, and so this is going to simmer about 15-20 minutes with the lid on, and then every so often just lift the lid and then just keep crushing it like that. Okay, and so that is our sauce. That is going to continue cooking, and we're going to go ahead and shred our mozzarella cheese. Okay, so I have a 16-ounce block of mozzarella cheese, and I'm going to go ahead and grate it and get it ready for the pizza. So this is, I'm going to finish this up and then we'll get to the next step. Okay, so all my mozzarella cheese is shredded. It yielded me about, I think, 4 cups. So it was a 16-ounce block. So we'll get to the next step. Okay, so my sauce is done. I'm just going to remove the lid so it can cool off a little bit, so then we can add it to our pizza dough. So we'll get to that step. Okay, so for the dough, the reason why I said this is very quick and easy recipe is because I went to the local pizzeria and I asked to buy the dough. Well, I sent my husband to buy the dough and he brought 2 because I made this pizza last week and he loved it, so he wants me to make double. But we're going to work on 1. So basically their dough is all ready for you. So room temperature, we're going to roll this out and we're going to add this dough to a cast iron skillet, and we're going to bake it in the oven at 450 degrees for approximately 25 minutes. So we're gonna roll out the dough. That's the next step. Okay, so here's my dough. I didn't add any flour because again, this came from the pizzeria and it's like ready to go. So just roll it out to the size you want. Again, I'm cooking this in my cast iron skillet, and that cast iron skillet comes in handy. I use it all the time. And it's so easy to clean it, you know. So basically you're just getting all these bubbles out too. So just keep working it. And it doesn't take that long. So just keep moving it. And if you want, you can make, you know, smaller pies. You just have to, you know, use something, a smaller dish. But this is so easy. I mean, like, just to go get the dough already made, because it's so expensive to get pizza. Like, you're looking at a lot of money to feed 4. I went to the pizzeria the other day for like lunch, and it was too much money, and it was 2 pies. I carried them out and I was like, this doesn't even feel heavy. But anyway, so I'm just gonna finish doing this. I'm just gonna keep working it, stretching it, because okay, so I rolled out my dough and here it is. Now I'm gonna add this right to my cast iron skillet. That's the next step. Okay, so here's my cast iron skillet. It's all greased up. I'm gonna take my dough. Just want to get it even, so I want to do that and that. And now we're gonna just lay it in here. And again, this is deep dish, so we want it to fold up on the sides as much as you can. Okay, and just keep pushing it in here. Okay, and then just pull it up here. Okay, that's great. Okay, there we are. Okay, and now I want to brush all around with olive oil. So I'm just going to take some olive oil. Here, I'll just add it in here. So I'm going to take my little brush and I'm going to brush all the edges with olive oil. Okay. Okay, so that's that. Great. So then the next thing would be is to add your 4 cups of shredded mozzarella on the bottom. Okay, just move it around evenly. Okay, and now that my sauce is cooled off, I'm going to take my sauce and I'm going to pour it right on. And again, this is a 450 degrees. It goes in the oven at 450 degrees for about 25 minutes. And then if it comes out and it seems a little watery, it's fine. It just has to set. And so you just give it a few minutes because you can't really cut it right away. So yeah, so look at that. That looks great. So I'll just give you a quick close-up. Deep dish. Okay, and now we're going to go ahead and add the sauce. And then it goes right in the oven. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and start adding our sauce on top. The sauce is cooled off. Just layer it all on top of here. Okay. That's right. Just layer it just like that, and it goes right in the oven. It smells delicious. When it comes out, you can add some grated Parmesan cheese if you'd like. So I'm going to get this in the oven. I'll show you a close-up first, but I'll get it in the oven, and when it comes out, I'll show you. Look how good that looks. Okay, I'll give you a close-up. This is my deep dish Chicago-style pizza. In the oven it goes. Okay, so here's my Chicago-style deep dish pizza, all out of the oven. It smells great. I'm just going to let it rest before I slice it. I will remove it out of the cast iron skillet and show you before I slice it. But this smells amazing, so we'll get to that step next. Okay, so here's my pizza. I put it on my cutting board. You can see all around. Look how good it looks. So now I'm gonna slice. Okay, so here's my pizza all plated. Thank you so much for watching what's on my plate. Enjoy.